I watched the Selection Sunday program that I told you I would watch.
Yeah, that was nice.
On CBS Sports.
Thank you.
And one of the things that I'll give you credit for is immediately after it all took place and the bracket came out, Jared Palm, who's like the nerd side of it,
yep.
But even the non-nerd side, everybody there was like, why is Virginia in this? Like, everybody, I honestly think the tournament committee has not watched them. I even texted you while you were on that show. I said, what the hell is going on? That team's terrible.
Terrible.
Memphis beat them by 1,000.
They're terrible.
And Memphis, they're not even close to the bubble, and they beat that team by 1,000.
And it's wild because you're right. The nerd people know that the data doesn't support it. And then the basketball people who just watch basketball, they're like, that team sucks. So, like, Wally Zerbiak has no context for anybody's efficiency numbers.
Right.
He just watches and he goes, they suck.
So one thing everybody agreed on, and then we had to watch them in the first four last night, and they get blown. They had 14 at halftime.
They had 14 with 17 left in the game, and True TV throws up a graphic that says these dudes ain't scored in 52 minutes. I've never even seen that graphic before. I've been watching basketball my whole life.
There's a clock. There's a shot clock.
They said these dudes ain't scored since 9:40.
You get the possessions. Like, it's not like they haven't
You
gotten
could put
possessions.
us out there as three of the players. I feel like we would at least get two.
They went 0
get
of
a
19 in this stretch where they were stuck on 14 points for 52 real-time minutes. They went 0 of 19. And this is one where I'm a big believer in what
it's like they're Angola playing the dream team.
I mean, it's outrageous. Like, when Purdue loses to Fairleigh Dickinson, people want to pile on Purdue, but it doesn't mean that Purdue was overrated or shouldn't have been a 1 seed. Purdue, if you went and redid that bracket again, you would have to make Purdue a 1 seed. I don't believe that what happens in the tournament is a referendum on the bracket. In other words, if a 6 seed goes to the Final Four, it doesn't necessarily mean that 6 seed was underseeded. It just means that sometimes 6 seeds get, a favorable draw and a lucky bounce and whatever. But
you know it does have an impact because you even asked the guy. I'm going to prove I watch. You asked the guy, I can't remember which one it was, one of the Mountain West guys you had on. Like, don't you guys feel like you need to prove something?
Oh, Danny Sprinkle, the Utah State coach. Yes.
Yeah, because they don't respect you, bro, obviously.
Oh, yeah. Boise State was in the first four, should not have been. I had them as a 7 seed. They had to be in the first four. They will play tonight. Utah State I had as a 4. They're an 8 as an outright conference champion of a league that puts 6 teams in the NCAA tournament.
So you would say they can get this wildly wrong.
Oh, yes. No, they do get it wildly wrong. I think I'm either missaying it or you're mishearing it. Let me be clear. I don't always point to this 1 seed got upset, they shouldn't have been a 1 seed. Or this 8 seed's in the Sweet 16, they shouldn't have been an 8 seed. Sometimes you advance or fall short of where you're supposed to be just because that's the way these things work.
That's fair.
My point with Virginia is it is 100% an indictment of the committee. This is one everybody agreed on. This isn't Monday morning quarterbacking, if you will. Everybody on Sunday said, why is this team in the field? There are 18 spots worse at KenPom than any other at-large team in the field. Like, you go to, what's the worst at-large team besides Virginia? They're right here. Okay, where's Virginia? You got to go 18 spots lower to find them. Big gap. That's not normal. They were 4-5 in their previous 9 games. Had failed to score even 50 points in 4 of the previous 8.
50?
50.
Like, that is such a low bar.
They just played 2 overtime games in the ACC tournament and couldn't crack 60 in either one of those games, or 70 in either one of those games. They only had 2 quadrant 1 wins. So it's like, hey.
And also, P.S., if you want to sell me on, hey, you know what, it's a TV product, they're the worst thing to put on TV.
And you can't even put them. It's not like you're putting them on a Thursday afternoon window where there's 3 other games on. It's the only thing on. We're all just watching this shit. And so, and like, it's like, what are you doing? So it's like, why did you put Virginia in? Is it because of their big wins? No, they only had 2 quadrant 1 wins. Oh, well, then it must be they had strong computer numbers. No, they were actually 18 spots lower at KenPom than everybody else. Oh, well, then it must be they've been playing great lately. No, they're 4-5 in their past 9. Then what are we doing?
The Chris Vernon Show, presented by Caesars Sportsbook, live weekdays at noon